How's it going, YouTube? Got FourthStarTCG here, and today I have another PSA submission video for you. Prices are going up, but I am still submitting. I figure, honestly, the prices now, they're the same as they were coming out of the pandemic. $20 a card was the value submission level when that first opened back up, or the bulk submission level when that first opened back up. So does kind of stink to be paying higher prices than we were a couple months ago, but I guess that's just kind of the name of the game. Card prices are going up, so even if grading is going up, it still arguably makes a lot of sense to submit. So I've got just under 100 cards to submit to PSA, 98 cards in this submission, so very excited to get all of these off. And yeah, this, as usual, this is a big variety of cards ranging from the EX series all the way through the most recent releases. So without any further ado, let's crack into it. First card I'm sending off, Tropius Reverse from EX Hidden Legends. This is a rare reverse holo. In EX Hidden Legends, the rare reverse holos had the type symbol on the attack, over the attacks. And yeah, this has the pretty cool type symbol reverse foiled background. And yeah, again, that foiled type symbol there. So that's pretty cool. I believe I pulled this myself, but have never graded it because, you know, reverse holo Tropius isn't all that exciting. This will probably get a 9 or something like that. But these days, I think best to grade any mint EX Euro cards that you have, especially the reverses. Reverses are getting more popular, which I think is really cool. Next up, we got a Starmie regular holo from EX Delta species. Not really sure if I pulled this myself or what. Probably going to be a 9. Again, yeah, a little ding in the corner there. Pretty standard. I think that's dust. Lots of dust on these cards, on the card savers at least. Here's a cool one, Deoxys. The dark type, the attack form from Holon Phantoms. Again, probably a 9 on most of these English cards are going to be 9s, off center, top to bottom. Not too much on the back, which is nice. You can see maybe a little ding in the corner, but other than that, looking pretty good. Here's a cool one, Rayquaza Delta species from Holon Phantoms. Had never graded this because, again, as you can see, off-center, print line, but it's a mint condition, you know, nothing else other than that. Rayquaza Delta species from EX Holon Phantoms. So at this point, the way these cards are going, definitely send off any mint old EX Euro cards. Even in 9s, these are probably worth grading. Lots of Holon Phantoms cards here. Have a Deoxys normal form holo. And this is, I believe I have this in a 10. Not sure if it's the regular or the reverse, or maybe I have both, I'm not sure. But sending off another one. Again, we got a print line there. Fairly standard on these cards. Ding in the corner. Just like what you'd expect from Pack Fresh. Old EX era stuff. 10s are pretty rare on these cards. Omastar Reverse. Love the gold lettering at the top. That and the set stamp is how you tell if it's a reverse holo. So, again, similar print line, ding in the corner, maybe 2 dings, stuff like that. Standard, probably hoping for 9s on most of these cards. Next up, Kabutops. This, out of all of them, this is probably the one that I think might get a 10. Centering, very good. If we look on the back, there's not much of anything. I don't see any dings. So if any of these old EX cards were to come back at 10, I would think it would be the Kabutops here. Next up, here's a heavy hitter, Gyarados. Beautiful Hajime Kusahima artwork, just fantastic. Huge fan of this card. Again, we've got a ding in the corner. Another ding there. Maybe somewhere in that corner. So probably a 9 again, and you see the print line right there as well. So not hoping for 10s, not expecting 10s on many of these English cards. Would be very happy with 9s. Beautiful Latios Reverse here, again from Holon Phantoms. Very, very cool. This is a rare, so this you can tell the difference between a rare reverse and a hollow reverse. The hollow reverses have the gold lettering at the top, and the border will be foiled as well. The regular rare reverses just have the set symbol. But yeah, these reverses from Hull Phantoms are so cool. They effectively, with the Delta species ones, they turn non-hollows into hollows. Yeah, so like just that Latios looks so cool. Next up, got a Grumpig reverse from Crystal Guardians, rare reverse, hollow reverse. Again, we can tell because it has the gold lettering at the top and the set symbol there. So in the normal set, Grumpig is a hollow. So that's pretty cool. I do like the gold foiling on the letters of the name of the Pokemon and the HP. I think that's a cool sort of differentiating thing that they did in the EX era. Now moving into the more modern era of English cards, got an Umbreon XY promo. This is, I bought a bunch of these back when they were cheap, like $5 a card. I have a 9. I'm thinking this will probably be a 9. It's got some dings in the corners and hollow scratches on the hollow, which you can't really see, but they are there. So hoping for a 9. An 8 wouldn't surprise me. A 10 would be very shocking. I would not. I would question PSA if they gave me a 10 on that card. Moving on with the English XY era, Gardevoir EX from Steam Siege. This is a 10 candidate, I would say. The back looks pretty clean. Can't really see too much on the back. Lots of just scratches on the card savers. I've been handling these cards quite a bit, checking through them, doing the submission and everything. But yeah, this card as a whole, very, very cool. Always love XY era full arts. And I've got quite a few of them to send off. Mega Gardevoir EX. These mega cards have gone, especially the full arts, have gone up in value quite a bit. So it's, constantly going back to my old boxes full of cards and just pulling out ones that, especially with this Gardevoir, got a ding in the corner down there. Just some minor wear. Little bit off center, so something like this would not have been worth grading in the past because I didn't think it was a strong 10 candidate. Again, I would probably expect this card to get a 9, but now getting a 9 on this Mega Gardevoir, that's, what was the most recent sale? Probably over $150 for this card in a 9. So definitely very, very cool, and we'll take that. Again, with the Mega EX full arts, got Mega Lade EX. Awesome, love this card. Do have this one in a 10, but again, can't pass up grading these cards when they are the prices they are in PSA 9 even. When it's financially viable to grade cards when they get a 9, they're definitely going off to PSA. Most of these older cards that I haven't graded, I didn't grade because I didn't think they were strong shots at 10s. But now that a strong shot at a 9 is worth grading, they're absolutely going off. Mega Manectric EX, this was the only Mega Powers promo that I did not include in my previous submission. But most of those promos did well, and Megas are just going up in value quite a bit, especially the full arts, as I mentioned. So Mega Manectric, you are now going off to PSA. We'll see what they say. Hoping for a 10 on this. Very, very clean. So would be hoping for a 10 on this full art. A couple of promos continuing the Beedrill EX from the Mega Beedrill EX Premium Collection box. Not too exciting, this regular Beedrill, but it is in pretty good condition. I think there's a bit of dust in the corner there. That's not a ding. Yeah, so setting off the Beedrill, of course the Mega Beedrill as well. This is the one where more of the value is. Again, the Mega cards, people are really excited for Legends ZA. I don't know if it's sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy where people think that the Mega cards are going to go up because of ZA, so they buy them and therefore the prices go up, or if it even matters if that's the case, if the prices go up anyways. Continuing in the Mega theme, we've got Mega Blastoise EX from Evolutions here. Probably pulled this myself a long time ago, just sleeved it up and threw it in a box. But again, Mega cards going up. Happy to send this off. Again, with Evolutions, probably not all that expensive, but still worth it. Here's a very cool card, Alakazam EX, the secret rare from Fates Collide. Got the beautiful Umbreon, Lugia, Alakazam, Mitsuhiro Arita art. Incredible. Probably hoping for a 9 or an 8 on this card. It's got some wear here and there on the back, dings in the corner and such. The centering is a little weird. It's like tilted. You can see it's like this right border at the top is smaller than the border at the bottom, so it's kind of like tilted that way, the centering on it, but it's not super bad. So a 9, it could certainly see it. An 8 could certainly see it, but again, it's worth it to send, no matter what. So we'll take this. Another XY era ultra rare that is going up in value quite a bit. I remember buying these cards for $3 or something ridiculous back in 2020, 2021, but they're now $2,000 cards in a 10. Hoping for a 9 on this one. I do have a couple of them left. We'll probably sell the ones that I don't think would get 9s raw as near mint at some point, but yeah, still happy to grade this. A 9 is still a multi-$100 card, which is pretty exciting. Speaking of surprising cards that are going up in value, Lucario V-Star from the V-Star. No, what is this? This is a Crown Zenith Elite Trainer Box promo. So I have 3 of these cards. So happy to send those off. I bought a bunch of them because they were ridiculous. They were like $1 each at some point. And I thought that was ridiculous, so I bought a bunch and I picked out the 3 best and I'm sending them to PSA. These are all really clean. Centering good, so hoping for 10s on these. I think 10s are like $100 now, which is, again, surprising. Got some Celebrations promos here. Lance's Charizard V. This was part of a collection box. Don't really know if this is worth it or not, but it's a Trainer's Pokemon. Exciting now. People are hyped about it. So maybe that'll cause people to remember that Lance's Charizard V was once a thing, and then this card will go up in value. We'll see. Don't know. Also sending off a Mew EX. This one's a little off center, so if it got a 9, I would understand on the centering, but I still think it's within the bounds of a 10. Pretty clean on the back. It's just a little bit of dust. Looking good. Next up, we got a Reshiram full art. I believe I pulled this myself. So I think I sent off some Celebrations promos in one of my previous submissions, but finishing out the few that I have, I didn't buy a ton of the English Celebrations, but still very nice. And what I did buy a lot of in English Celebrations is Greninja Gold Star. I have many copies of this card that I was buying when they were, $1, $2 a piece, which I thought was ridiculous. A lot of people thought that was ridiculous too, and a lot of people bought a ton of them. And now the prices are nuts, especially for PSA 10s, because 10s are hard to come by. So what I did was I went through my stacks. I probably have maybe 30, 40 of these Greninja Gold Stars. Picked out what I thought were the best 10 candidates, and there were 7 of them. So I'm sending off 7 Greninja Gold Stars to PSA. There you go. That's pretty cool. Hoping for a couple of 10s on these. I would love one for my collection. Would love to have a couple to sell to people who would like them. So we'll send off 7 Greninja Gold Stars, and hopefully we'll get some of those in 10s. So that finishes everything up with the English cards. And now we're going into Japanese. So again, similar to English, a wide variety of Japanese cards. We'll start things off with some non-hollows from the Silver Deck Kit. Beautiful Magikarp, artwork there. Lots of Magikarp collectors out there, even as non-holos. I think these cards go for, you know, $70 or something like that, 50 to $70 in a PSA 10, so I'll take that. You know, these cards have just been lying around, and if I can pay 20 and, you know, make effectively $50 in profit, that's pretty good. Another card from the silver deck kit, this beautiful Dark Dragonair. It is so awesome. Beautiful Imakuni artwork. A lot of times people don't realize Imakuni isn't just a character, he also draws cards, and these are insane. I love these Dark Dragonair arts with the moon in the background. It's just fantastic. So we'll send off 2 of those. Those are probably less financially viable to grade, but not everything in here I'm grading because it makes financial sense. Some of it I'm just grading because I like the artwork and I want the card in a 10. Next up, we have the Bulbasaurs from the Earth's Groudon constructed starter deck. Got 2 of them here. Again, this is, you know, cards that I've just had lying around for years after I opened one of these decks. They're in mint condition, so hoping for 10s on these. Don't know what these are worth, but probably worth grading. And the artwork's just so good, so you cannot pass that up. Kizuki artwork there. And then we have the Ivysaur as well. Very similar art style, so love that. Send off 1 of those. From the same deck, we have 2 Charmander Delta species, beautiful Mitsuhiro Arita art. This matches so well with the Delta species Lightning type Charizard Holo. Lucky enough to have that in a 10, so getting these Charmanders, at least 1 in a 10 would be nice to help complete that set. There is a Charmeleon that I have that I'm not grading because I just don't think the value's there yet. Can always grade it later at some point if I think it is viable to grade. Maybe if one of those gets a 10 and I want to complete the set. Got a Delta species Chimico McDonald's promo. Awesome Fukuda artwork there. So cool. I always love the Delta species arts. There's just something about it that makes them so beautiful. Don't really know what this is worth in a 10. Don't really care. I think it's awesome. And another McDonald's promo here. We got the Flygon. Really, really cool. Love that. Yeah, just the art style. I think this ended up coming in like a power battle thing or pack or something in English. I don't exactly know. Maybe you get like 2 packs or 3 packs or something. I remember them for sale when I was first getting into collecting for pretty cheap. Got a Trico promo here. This is a Wonderland magazine promo. I believe you had to peel this off, so it's a glossy promo. But again, awesome Fukuda art. Really happy with it. And hopefully, yeah, again, most of these Japanese cards are in very good condition. Hoping for a 10. The one EX0 Holo Japanese in this submission is Porygon 2 from Golden Sky Silver Ocean. Amazing Himeno art. Just the foil on this card sticks out so much. I love it. Beautiful card there. Again, it is never a 4-star TCG submission without Japanese EX cards. In this submission's Japanese EX cards include the Kyogre EX from the limited edition starter kit, I believe it's called. So this is a play promo, and it's got awesome Ryo Ueda art there. Fantastic. I've had these for a while. I did not submit them because they just have some very tiny issues. You can see the Kyogre got a little ding at the top there, little wear here and there. I would be happy with 9s on these. I don't think they're outside the realm of a 10. They both have, very tiny issues. The refrain, I've seen better 9s and worse 10s, just kind of sticks for these cards. So it's just that thing, you send it off, you see what PSA says. Probably a 9 or a 10 would be a fairly valid grade for these cards. Groudon EX, again from the limited edition starter kit. Very cool, awesome Ryo Ueda art as well. And check that out, we got the swirl right by Groudon's head. That is a great swirl placement there. So obviously that triples the card's value. Of course, everyone who's on Instagram knows that. One Diamond and Pearl Era card, Flareon non-holo from Dawn Dash. Yeah, so cool. Flareon in the snow, playing around. Is that steam rising off of Flareon because it's in the snow? I'm gonna say yes. So great work there, Mitsuhiro Arita. Wonderful stuff. And now moving into the black and white era, I've started grading some of my more obscure black and white era cards recently. So we have this Reshiram, I believe it's from some sort of battle gift set promo thing. I don't know exactly where it comes from, but it's a cool Starfoil promo, and it's in pretty good condition, so hopefully we get a 10 on that. Continuing with the cool holofoil promos from the black and white era, we have a Genesect. Very, very nice. No idea where this came from, but it's a cool card, and I'm grading it. And for the first time, I'm submitting fairly good quantity of regular black and white EX cards. I've done a few of these in my most recent submissions, and the grades have come back pretty strong. And the prices are there that now these cards are really worth grading, even at 19 bucks a card. So got quite a few of the kind of more bigger EX cards from the black and white era in the submission. Got 2 Kyogre EX from Psycho Drive. Little bit off center, but I still think within the bounds of a 10, but we'll see. I feel like I'm definitely needing to pay more attention to centering on my cards recently. I've been getting dinged on a lot of them just because I haven't been strict on the 55-45. Got 1 Groudon EX. Pretty nice there. I always love this art. So cool. Got several of them in a 10, but you can never have enough. Dark Rush, I've got 2 Raikou EX to grade. Both first edition. Again, from Dark Rush, I have an Entei EX. That's very cool. Yeah, and just the artwork on these old EX cards is so well done. They really just, I think some of the XY era cards are good. Some of the XY EXs are good, but not to the level as the black-white era in terms of like percentage that are really good, I would say. Celebi EX, this is from Cold Flare. Really nice card. Again, it just flows so well with the artwork. Love it. Got a Lugia EX. Big heavy hitter there. Was lucky enough to complete all of the full art versions of these cards in a 10 a couple years ago, so that's good. Now working on the regular EX cards. Got the Latias EX from Thunder Knuckle. That is great. And from Megalo Cannon, I'm sending off 3 Dialga EX. Love that. And 3 Palkia EX. So most of these I'm hoping for 10s on. I've gone through them pretty closely because I have tons of these cards. I bought a lot of them when they were really cheap, and getting a 9 on one of these cards really just kind of means you've thrown away your grading money. There is not a lot of value in 9s of those old EX cards. So hoping for 10s on most, if not all of those. Got a Meloetta EX from Shiny Collection. Shiny Collection is just such a wonderful set. So Meloetta EX in a 10 would be fantastic from that set. Got Moving into the XY era here, we've got the Latios EX from the Legendary Dream, Mythical and Legendary Dream Shine collection, all sorts of stuff. Believe this copy I pulled myself way back when from a box of CP5 that I opened. Taken me quite a long time to grade it, but you know, this card is pretty expensive now for what it is. For a regular EX card, you know, you're looking at like 20-30 bucks for this card in mint condition. So we'll see how it does off at PSA. Also from the Mythical Legendary Dream Shine collection, this was the big draw of the set, the full art Legendary and Mythicals, the Darkrai. What an amazing card. Really hoping that this comes back with a 9 or a 10. I think it's got a little issue, which is why I hadn't submitted it before. Maybe a tiny bit of wear in one of the edges or corners, but still a beautiful card. Yeah, got that awesome starfoil pattern. More XY era EX cards. We have Mega Metagross EX, the shiny version. Again, putting off lots of Mega EX cards in this submission because that's where the market's going right now, which I think is awesome. I love Mega EX cards, and I've collected quite a few of them over the years, so it's exciting to see the appreciation for these cards going up. And yeah, time will tell if that appreciation sticks, or if it's just kind of a fleeting people trying to capitalize on the hype. Next up, Mega Venusaur EX from the XY Starter Pack. Very, very cool card. Love that. I think I have a lot of these cards, the XY Starter Pack stuff. I think I've got another Mega Blastoise from that somewhere. Don't think I have a Charizard. That's kind of the big one, but got the Mega Pidgeot EX from XY Evolution CP6 Japanese version. Probably pulled this myself out of a CP6 pack at some point. So cool to send that off, another mega card. I have two Kyogres. I think this is from like what, the double mega break set, which was released in 2015. So I think you got the Mega Mawile, the Mega Aerodactyl, Luxray Break, and these promos and a couple of other cards. It was very strange. I'm not going to lie. But you got two Kyogres and two Groudons from that set to submit. That will finish off the XY era. That'll move us into Sun and Moon, which we start off with a Dawn Wings Necrozma GX Hyper Rare. The Japanese Hyper Rares, I think, are much better than the English ones. The texture is a lot more, that's what I'm looking for, intricate and detailed on these cards. You can kind of see it as I reflect it in the light there. But yeah, so that's pretty awesome. Love this card. Have a good amount of Japanese hyper rares. Not sending them all off yet. I've put a couple in my submissions, have done moderately okay on them. Again, I feel like the centering is the most important thing that you have to really pay attention to, especially on the Sun and Moon era cards, because it feels like they go off of like the outside border as opposed to the entire border. So if it's even just a little bit off center, that it's really obvious once you know what you're looking for, which is, again, that outside last bit of the border there. This is a big one, the Team Rocket's Mimikyu GX from the starter, the like Ash versus Team Rocket deck, which was really cool. This card is a little like ding below the 2017 where my finger is, if you can see it right there. So if this card comes back with like a 7 or something, I would probably pin it on that. But we'll see. Again, this is an expensive card, so it's arguably worth it to submit and see if PSA catches that anyway. But if it comes back with a low grade, I'd probably pin it on that little imperfection there. Another card that came in that deck was the Team Rocket's Harassment here, which is surprisingly a pretty expensive card, so definitely worth it to grade. And have a couple of Mew EXs in Japanese to match with the English one I sent off. So that's pretty exciting. These 25th anniversary promos have gone up quite a bit in value over the last year or so, I'd say. I remember buying this Mew for, you know, $10 or something. I think it's up to 30 or so. But if you couldn't see these classic collection promos going up in value, if you've been in the hobby for a while and didn't buy them, it's kind of like you've only got yourself to blame, to be honest. Next up, we got a Ho-Oh V from Incandescent Arcana Full Art. This is definitely not a financially viable card to grade. I think, what, a 10's like $30 or something. Really not all that expensive, but I love the artwork. I love the texture. This would be going in my collection, so happy to spend the money to grade, even though it is quite a bit. Lots of Sword and Shield era special arts. Got the Genesect V special art from Fusion Arts. Very cool. Got a couple of VMAX Climax cards to send off. I have an Umbreon and a Galarian Moltres V. A lot of these have like kind of minor issues along the edges, and I'm kind of grading just to see how PSA treats that. So sending off 2 cards, might send off more later, just to see how PSA treats these cards. If they get 10s, I'll know that, okay, that kind of factory imperfection is accepted. If not, I'll know I have to, what to look for when I'm looking for cards to grade from VMAX Climax. Next up, we got 2 Origin Palkia V special arts. Love these Sword and Shield special arts. So cool. I've recently gone out and bought a lot of them that I liked. Submitting some of them here. Others I still need to go through and pre-grade. This is a little bit of a, not necessarily haphazard submission, but not exactly the most optimized submission, as many of your PSAs stopped accepting international submissions due to the tariffs that have been put in place in the US. So as you'll know from the background, I'm actually not in my normal filming location. I'm back in the US, as I have to be to submit these cards, visiting my family, and I said, oh, be in the US, I might as well throw together a PSA submission so I can submit it and ship it when I'm in the US. Check that out. Arceus V-Star. These ultra rare cards have really gone up in value from V-Star Universe. I was lucky to pick this up before it went a lot crazy. I think I got it for maybe $70, and now, you know, it's probably 100 or so in raw ungraded condition. So here's the big one, the Giratina V-Star. Incredible. Really hoping for 10s on these. Would definitely suck if I paid the high prices for these cards, modern, and they did not come back as 10s. But part of the reason why I wanted to buy these cards now is because because the prices are going up and they're getting older. Got several special arts. Again, most of these are not necessarily awesome financially viable profit decisions to grade, but I am excited to grade them for my collection. Chi-Yu EX, just an incredible Akira Egawa art there. So beautiful. And again, the texture on these cards, mind-blowing. Then we have Altaria EX, the special art. Love it. Yeah, these special art cards, really, really cool. Have Iron Valiant EX with all the future Pokemon from Future Flash. Pretty sweet there. We've got Morty's Conviction. Another special art with the Gengar. Love that. Finishing off the submission, we have 2 Milotic EX Special Arts. I love this card. It's one of my favorite modern cards. I eventually pulled the trigger on buying a couple. Hopefully both these will come back 10s. I think this one's a little off center. This second was a little better centered. But yeah, I think this card is fantastic. The connected art with the art rare Phoebus is just perfect. Eventually I'll grade a lot of those. I've got so many art rares, as probably does everyone else. Those will be graded at some point in the future. But right now I'm focusing on grading kind of the best cards that I have, which is still quite a bit. This is a 100 card submission, just short of it. Finishing it off with a Salamence EX Special Art, brand new from Battle Partners. Huge Salamence fan. Salamence had a EX Special Art and I immediately bought one because you just have to do it. So there we go, 98 cards off to PSA. Don't know exactly when these will come back, probably sometime in the fall. I would think like September, October would be a good point to aim for, point to expect these cards to come back. So hope you all enjoyed that video. And yeah, there's going to be lots of more stuff coming up, definitely trying to get into more consistent posting, and we'll see how all of that works out. So thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and stick around for more videos.